Hello everyone, ARG back with some more baseball today. So we are going to continue our venture into the 1995 MLB season with the Montreal Expos. This has been going on for a little bit. So today we are going to go ahead and continue. We are going to play the remaining two games against the Mets in New York. I tried to do all four games last time, but I was kind of sick and I just couldn't do it. So today we're going to do the last two games. We've split the first two games. We won the first one and then lost the second game. Today promises to be challenging, at least for the first game, because we are going to be facing Dwight Gooden, who is, of course, still a very good pitcher. So we have Jose Rosado, that's hurt still. And the Mets have oh yeah, Ivan Calderon got hurt against us, that's true, but he's only day to day, so he's gonna be playing hurt. Howard Johnson is also playing hurt against us. Then Mike Maddox is out, so for a little bit. So that's what we're gonna be facing. We are third in the East now, but we're only one game behind the Phillies, or at the top, and we are tied with the Braves. So hopefully we can win some games. So facing Dwight Gooden today, we're going to be going with Miguel Batista. Batista is having a really good start to the season. Hopefully that continues against the Mets here. So I'm not going to waste much more time. I'm going to go ahead and do this. Oh, they are replacing Ivan Calderon for this game. Alright. We're going to go with Jody Reed here. And then Russ McGinnis. Alright, so the thing is, when I sit the Shields, I don't really have a true, leadoff batter. I guess I could try to give it to Wall twice again, but I think I'm just gonna put Ruben Rivera in the one spot. No. Right, let's go like that. Alright, so we have two games on the menu for the rest of this 4-game series. Now let's see. The Mets are going to go with Quilvio Veras batting first, Greg Jeffries batting second, Rafael Palmeiro batting third, Jeremy Burnitz in center field batting fourth, Bobby Higginson draws in for the injured Ivan Calderon, is going to be batting fifth. Batting sixth is going to be Howard Johnson, Edgardo Alfonso bats seventh, and Todd Green is batting eighth and is the catcher for the Mets. Alright, go Expos and play ball. God, wait. Alright, let's go for real now. Alright, so here at Shea Stadium today, Dwight Gooden on the mound. We have Ruben Rivera to lead off the inning, or the game even. So let's get this thing on the way. 0-1 on Ruben Rivera to get started. And he grounds out to first for out number 1. Kirby Puckett is going to be the next batter. 1-0 to him. That's it to right. Howard Johnson after it, and he catches it for out number 2. Now John Kruk. No count to him. And that's going to be a base hit to left. So an opposite field single for John Kruk keeps the inning alive for the Expos. We have 2 outs, a runner on first, and Kent Turbeck is the batter now. Full count to him. And he walks. Alright, so we have 2 runners on, 2 outs. Russ McGinnis is now the batter. 0-1. That's it to center. Should be cut by Burnett. He's there and he catches it for out number 3. We get 2 runners on. Nobody comes around to score. So we're going into the bottom of the first, still tied at 0-0. Quilvio Veras leading off for the Mets. 1-0 to him. He tries to bunt, but he misses, so it is 2-2 now. And that's it to right, but pretty much right at John Kruk for out number 1. I'm sorry, my voice is terrible today. Not sure that I can do anything to fix that. I need a voice transplant. Right, Greg Jeffries now with a 1 out, 2-2 to him. It's it weakly to left. Rivera's after it. And he catches it for out number 2. That brings up Rafael Palmeiro. No count. That's it weakly. Walt Weiss is getting underneath it, and he catches it for out number 3. The Mets go down in order in inning number 1. Going into the top of the second, it's still scoreless here at Shea Stadium. Jeff King leading off the second for us. Full count to him. And that's going to be a base hit to right. So opposite field single for Jeff King to lead off the inning. So we have a runner on board with nobody out. Jody Reed is now the batter for us. 1-0. That's it weakly to center. Jeremy Burnett doesn't have to move too much. And he's there for out number 1. Right, Walt Weiss is next. Full count. And he walks. Alright, so we have 2 runners on, 1 out. The pitcher is coming, Miguel Batista. He is going to be bunting. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. So we have 2 runners in scoring position, but 2 outs. So we need a base hit from Ruben Rivera. 1-2. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out for out number 3. The Expos get 2 runners in scoring position this time, and yet again, nobody comes around to score. It's still a scoreless affair here in New York. Jeremy Burnett's leading off the bottom of the second for the Mets. 2-1 to him. Grounds it to second. Jody Reed with the throw, and that's out number 1. Bobby Higginson is next. No count to him. That's a bloop to center. That falls in right in front of Kirby Puckett. That's going to be a base hit for the Mets. So runner on first, 1 out for Howard Johnson. 1-2. Oh, that's it to right. I think John Kruk is getting to it. Yes, he is. That's out number 2. Right, Edgardo Alfonso now. 2 outs. Runner on first. 0-2. Grounds it too short. Oh, that's a base hit to center. I thought it was going to get cut. It was not. Alright, so base it. 2 out base hit. So there's 2 on, 2 outs for the Mets. Todd Green is the batter. 2-1 to him. Grounds it to second. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Mets get to it. Nobody comes around to score. Top of the third. Still no score here at Shea Stadium. Kirby Puckett leading off the third for us. No count. That's it weakly to center. Burnett is underneath it. He catches it for out number 1. John Kruk is next. No count to him. That's it weakly. And that's cut by the shortstop Alfonso for out number 2. Alright, that brings up Kent Urbeck with 2 outs. 1-1. Oh, I think that no, I think it's gonna get cut. Yeah, fly out to left. It looked like it had some carry to it, but not enough. So Higginson catches it for out number 3. Bottom of the third, still no score. Dwight Gooden leading off the inning for the Mets. 1-1. That's a base hit to center for the pitcher. Alright, so runner on first, nobody out for Quilvio Veras. No count. And he bunts, that's popped, and that's cut by Miguel Batista. That's a wasted out for the Mets. 1 out, runner on first still for Greg Jeffries. 2 into to him. Oh, that's it to left. Run, little guy. Oh, I think he caught it. Yes, he did. Rivera caught it for out number 2. So there's 2 outs. The runner retreats to first. So 2 outs, runner on first for Palmeiro. 1 and 2. Grounds it to second. Jody Reed with the throw. That's out number 3. The Mets do not score despite getting a leadoff single by their pitcher. Top of the 4th, Russ McGinnis leading us off here for that inning. 2 and 2 to him. And he struck out looking. Jeff King is next. 0 and 1. Grounds it to short. And he's easily thrown out at first for out number 2. 2 quick outs for the Expos. Jody Reed is next. 1 and 2. That's a base hit all the way to the fence. Pretty nice piece of hitting there for Jody Reed. And that's going to be a stand-up double for him. So 2 out double for the Expos. We have a runner in scoring position for Walt Weiss. He's going to need some... he might get Walt. 1 and 0. Nope. They're going after him, and that's a weak grounder to second, and that's the end of the inning. Alright, bottom of the 4th. No score still. Jeremy Burnitz is the batter. 3 and 0 to him, and he walks on 4 pitches. Alright, leadoff walk for the Mets. We don't necessarily want to see that. Bobby Higginson is next. No count. Oh, Jeremy Burnitz is going, and he's safe. Alright, so that's his second stolen base of the season. So the Mets have a runner in scoring position with nobody out. 1 and 0 to Higginson. And that's it to right for a base hit. Falls right in front of John Kruk. And they keep Burnitz at third base. So there's runners on first and third. Nobody out. Howard Johnson is the batter. A strikeout here would be pretty fantastic. No count. Grounds it to second. That's a double play, but the run scores on the play. So it is 1-0 for the Mets, but there's 2 outs in the inning now. For Edgardo Alfonso, no count. And that's it all the way to the fence to left center. Alright, so Kirby Puckett after it, and Alfonso has himself a stand-up double after 2 outs. Todd Green, now the batter with 2 outs, runner in scoring position, no count. And we're gonna just walk him to face Dwight Gooden, who already has a hit in this game. 2 and 1. Grounds it to short. We're going the short route to second base, and that's out number 3. The Mets do get on the board. It is now 1-0 New York going into the top of the 5th, and we have Miguel Batista leading off the inning for us. 2 and 2. Struck out swinging. Ruben Rivera now. 1 and 1 to him. Grounds it to short. And he's thrown out for out number 2. Right, Kirby Puckett with 2 outs. 0 and 1. That's it really weakly. Quilvio Veras gets underneath it, and that's out number 3. We go down in order, and without a whimper, it is still 1-0 for the Mets going into the bottom of the 5th. Quilvio Veras leads off that inning for the Mets. 2 and 2. Grounds it to third, and he's thrown out at first for out number 1. Greg Jeffries is next. 0 and 1. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Rafael Palmeiro is next. 3 and 1 with 2 outs. Grounds it to the pitcher, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright, the Mets go down in order. We need to get something going here. We're going into the meat of the lineup. Alright, John Kruk here, top of the 6th. 2 and 1. Oh yeah, that's opposite field all the way to the fence. That's gonna be extra bases. That's a double for the John Kruk to lead off the inning. So we have a pretty good opportunity here. Runner in scoring position, nobody out. Kent Herbeck is next. 1-1 to him. That's it to right. That's gonna fall right in front of Howard Johnson. Alright, so just like the Mets did 2 innings ago, we have a runner on first and third with nobody out. Russ McGinnis is the batter. No count. That's popped. It's popped to Edgardo Alfonso for out number 1. Jeff King now. No count. Oh, that's it to center. That should be deep enough. And that's cut by Burnett. Should score a run, and it does. We have a tied game here at Shea Stadium thanks to a sacrifice fly by Jeff King. There's 2 outs now with a runner on first. Jody Reed is the batter. 2-2. And he struck out swinging. And but the Expos tie the game. Going into the bottom of the 6th. Jeremy Burnett's leading off the inning for the Mets. We still have Miguel Batista on the mound. 1-0. Oh, and he threw. Jeremy Burnett's tried to bunt. Wow. 3-1. And he walks again. That's the 2nd walk of the game. Right, Bobby Higginson is the batter now. Runner on first, nobody out. 2-1. Burnett is going again, and he's safe again. So that's the 2nd stolen base of the game. So runner in scoring position, nobody out. 3-1. And that's booted by Walt Weiss. That's an error. There's runners on first and third again with nobody out. We know how those tend to go. Howard Johnson is the batter now. 1-2. Grounds it to the pitcher. And we only get the runner at second base. Higginson got hurt a little bit. He's okay. But what is more important is the run did not come in to score since it was hit to the pitcher. So there's runners on first and third. 1 out. Edgardo Alfonso is the batter. So a double play would get us out of this inning. 1-1. And that's a base hit to left. Alright, it's 2-1 for the Mets. And there's runners on first and second. 1 out. Todd Green is the batter. 2-1. That's it to right. John Kruk after it. There's room in there. He catches it for out number 2. The runners do not advance. Dwight Gooden with 2 outs, 2 runners on. 2-1. Grounds it to second. And we go to the second base for out number 3. The Mets retake the lead. It is now 2-1 New York. In the top of the 7th, we have Walt Weiss leading off this inning for us. 3-1 to him. And that's going to be a base hit to left, and that's going to be extra bases. Alright, so that's a double for Walt Weiss to lead off inning number 7. That's a great opportunity for us. I am going to pinch it, of course, and we're going to bring in Luis Polonia. Alright, Polonia comes in as a pinch hitter. Runner on second base, nobody out. 1-2. And he struck out swinging. Oh, damn it. Alright, Ruben Rivera is next. Runner on second base, 1 out. No count. That's it to right. But pretty much right at Howard Johnson. Catches it for out number 2. The runner stays at second base. So now there's 2 outs. We need a base hit from Kirby Puckett. 3-1. That's a base hit to right. Alright, is that deep enough? Yes! We have a tied game again. It is 2-2 thanks to a opposite field single by Kirby Puckett. And now John Kruk is the batter with 2 outs, runner on first. 1-2. And he struck out looking. Alright, the Expos do tie the game. Going into the bottom of the 7th, it's 2-2. Gonna go with Scott Bales. I'm bringing in a lefty. There's quite a few either switch hitters or lefties coming. Right, Quilvio Veras leads off the bottom of the 7th for the Mets, 2-1. That's it to center, and that's cut by Kirby Puckett for out number 1. Greg Jeffries is next, 2-2. That's it to right. Right at John Kruk. He just had to turn around, and that was in his mitt. That's 2 outs. Rafael Palmeiro now, full count to him. That's it weakly to right. John Kruk after it. That's out number 3. Alright, the Mets go down 1-2-3 in inning number 7. We're going into the top of the 8th. Dwight Gooden is still on the mound. Kent Turbeck, first one to face him in inning number 8, 2-2. Oh, I think that's out of here. It is solo blast for Kent Turbeck. It is a 3-2 lead for the Expos. The Expos get their first lead of the game here in inning number 8. Russ McGinnis now, 0-1. It's it to right. Howard Johnson's after it. That's out number 1. Jeff King now. 3-0 to him. And he walks on 4 pitches. Alright, are they going to pull Dwight Gooden? Nah, they're keeping him on. Jody Reed, runner on first, 1 out. 2-2. Struck out swinging. Oh, now they're bringing in a pinch hitter, reliever, sorry. And it is former Montreal Expos Scott Raskin, where we should be very familiar with him. He was our closer for the... Well, he was my closer for the last couple years, but as far as the stream goes, you know, all of last season he was our closer. He did really good. He had a really good season for us. We just didn't retain his services. Our GM traded him. All right, Walt Weiss, 2 outs, runner on first, 2-2. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. All right. I'm going to try to pitch with Bales to Jeremy Burnett. 2-2. And I regretted it. Oh, no, there's room. Oof. Ruben Rivera is there for out number 1. I thought it was out of here. All right, they're bringing in Ivan Calderon. I'm going to counter with Tom Gordon. Right, Tom Gordon to face Ivan Calderon. Calderon's coming in as a pinch hitter. He's hurt, however. 2-2. Grounds it to short. He's thrown out at first for out number 2. Now Howard Johnson is the batter with 2 outs, 1-1. That's a base hit to right. Alright, so the Mets are still alive in inning number 8 with an opposite field single by... no, it wasn't opposite field, sorry. Nonetheless, Howard Johnson with the single there. 2 outs, runner on first. Edgardo Alfonso is the batter. 1-2. That's it to right. John Kruk is going after it. And he's got it for out number 3. Alright, we're still holding on to that very narrow 1-run lead going into the top of the 9th. Scott Raskin is still on the mound for... Hey, Walker Steele. We're doing pretty good, actually. We're 3rd in the East, but we're only 1 game behind the Phillies. We're playing something like 11 games above 500 or something like that. So quite the turnaround. Quite the turnaround. All right, let's bring a pinch hitter here. That's going to be Johnny Knott. No, it's going to be Brett Barbary. Johnny Knott, in case they tie, is the only one that can play in the outfield. Alright, Brett Barbary at the plate now, coming in as a pinch hitter, facing Scott Roskin. 1 and 2. Oh, struck out, sweet. We're not that late, it's mid-May. But still, I mean, that's pretty nice to... I'm used to being in the basement, so winning games always feels good, regardless of the month. Alright, Ruben Rivera with 1 out, 2 and 2. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 2. Alright, that brings up Kirby Puckett. 1 and 0. That's going to be a bloop single to center. Nobody can get to it, so base it after 2 outs for Kirby Puckett. And now with 2 outs and a runner on first, we have John Kruk as the batter, 2 and 1. That's it to short. They go the short route to second base, and that's out number 3. Alright, we still have that very, very tiny 1-run lead. We're going to bring Steve Olin as the closer here. We're going to try to close this game out. Todd Green is the first one to face him in the bottom of the 9th. Expos up 3-2. 1 and 1. And that's a base hit down the line in left. That's going to be extra bases. Ruben Rivera teleporting through the wall. That is a leadoff double. That's not good. Right, Fernando Vina comes in as a pinch hitter. Runner in scoring position. Nobody out. 1 and 0. That's it to right. That's fairly deep. John Kruk is there. Catches it for out number 1. The runner goes to third on the play, so we kind of need a strikeout or a hard grounder in the infield or something. Quilvio Veras is the batter. 1 out, runner on third. 2 and 2. And that's a base hit to right. It's a tied game. 3-3. All of my relievers are tired. That's going to be interesting. It's still the remnants of that 16-inning game that I had against the Phillies. Alright, 1 out. Runner on first. Greg Jeffries is the batter. 1 and 0. Runner goes. And he's safe. That's his 20th stolen base of the season. Oh boy. Alright, so runner in scoring position, 1 out. Greg Jeffries, the batter, still 3 and 1. Grounds it to first. And he's out. On the play, Veras makes it to third base. But there's 2 outs, so they need a base hit from Rafael Palmeiro. 2 and 2. And that's a base hit, and that's the end of the game. The Mets walk off, and I lose 4-3. That's not nice. Yeah, Olin is my regular closer. I started with Tom Gordon, and I kind of flip-flopped them. Olin's been doing okay so far. As a closer, he just dropped this one. Oh no, that's his second blown save. I haven't had him that long. Yeah, he's not doing that great after all. He hasn't walked anybody, I guess. That's something. I might have to flip-flop him with Tom Gordon again. Tom Gordon is doing pretty good. Oh, great day for Jeff Ball. He had a 5-hit game playing against the Indians. It's good for him. Jim Abbott threw a complete game shutout against the Royals. Ooh, Ryan Sandberg with 3 blasts against the Padres. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do this here. Oops. It hasn't been working as good as I wanted with Olin. Alright, let's advance the day, and then we're gonna play game number 4 of this series. Alright, what's going on here? Alright, so the player of the week. Yeah, player of the week in the American League was Danny Tartable. Pretty good. 10 for 19, 4 home runs, 8 RBIs. That's a good week indeed. In the National League, that goes to our former teammate Ivan Calderon, who refused his contract option and then went ahead and signed with the Mets. So we have 2 of the top 5 players for batting average in the MLB, Jeff King and Delino the Shields, but nobody comes close to Mike Greenwell, who is almost batting 500 in mid-May. That's still early, but still. Alright, so we've dropped in the power rankings. I believe we were 3rd. Now we're 7th. So it's been a little bit tougher lately. Alright, so for the 4th game of the series, we're going to go ahead and send Carlos Perez on the mound. Carlos Perez has been pretty good since the second half of last season and the start of this season. He's been pitching pretty well. We're going to be facing Terry Mulholland, who is also usually pretty good. Looks like everybody in the race for the top of the division lost, so we're still only 1 game behind the Phillies, and we're still tied with the Braves. So it looks like everybody lost yesterday. No movement there. So a lefty duel, southpaw duel on the mound. I think I'm gonna try to turn it around, and I'm gonna try to keep my best lineup. I've had a lot of tired players in the previous games, and I've played a few subs and whatnot, so let's see if my regular lineup can turn things around against Terry Mulholland and the Mets. Mets are gonna go with Quilvio Veras batting first, Greg Jeffries, Jeremy Burnitz, Rafael Palmeiro, Ivan Calderon, Edgardo Alfonso, Todd Green, and Omar Garcia is gonna be playing center field. So Howard Johnson is getting a day off. Omar Garcia is drawing in center field, and Jeremy Burnitz is going to be playing right field instead of Howard Johnson. Come on, let's go Expos and play ball. Yeah, I do like it. I don't know if you remember that part, but I only play as manager. I think my GM did a pretty decent job this offseason, getting me John Kruk, Kirby Puckett, Kent Herbeck. He drafted Hideo Nomo, so he's my ace. So I think that my GM did really good. That's the first season that I'm like, hey, my GM did a pretty decent job. That's the first time. All right, let's get this thing going. Alright, Delino the Shields leading off the game for us, facing Terry Mulholland. No count to the Shields. And he tried to bunt and he missed. 2-2 now. And he struck out looking. The biggest free agent that was available was Ken Griffey Jr. I knew for sure that we weren't going to be getting him. He's going to be too expensive, and he ended up signing with the damn Yankees, of course. So Ken Griffey Jr. in my universe is with the Yankees at a very young age. Alright, John Kruk is the batter now with 1 out, 2-1. Got something in my eye. Alright, so grounds it out to second base for the second out. Kirby Puckett now, full count. And he struck out swinging. Alright, so Terry Mulholland with a really good first inning. We go down in order. And bottom of the first now, Quilvio Veras facing Carlos Perez. 1-2. Oh, struck out for out number 1. I think I didn't strike anybody out in the previous game. Among all of my pitchers that came to pitch, I don't think that nobody struck out a Met. Greg Jeffries now with 1 out, 2-2. That's it to center. That's going to be extra bases all the way to the fence. Kirby Puckett is after it. So that's going to be a double for Greg Jeffries. So runner in scoring position for the Mets, 1 out. That brings up Jeremy Burnett. Full count. Ooh. And that's out of here. That's a 2-0 lead for the Mets. Oh, Carlos. Now is not the time to have a bad start. Rafael Palmeiro is next. 1 out. Full count. And that's a base hit to right. Alright. Runner on first. 1 out. Calderon is the batter. 1-2. Player of the week. Struck out swinging. That's more like it. Edgardo Alfonso is next. 1-0 to him. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 3. The Mets do get on the board thanks to a 2-run blast by Jeremy Burnett. It is 2-0 for the Mets going into the top of the second. Charles Johnson leading off that inning for us. 1-2. Grounds it weakly to the third baseman, and it is a throw out at first. 1 out. Ruben Rivera is next. 2-1. Oh, that's a bloop, and that falls in front of Burnett and right for a base hit. So we have a runner on first, 1 out. And now Ken Turbeck is the batter. Has a little bit more pop in his bat against lefties. So let's see here. 2-2. That's it. Oh, that's it really well all the way to the fence and right. That's going to be extra bases. All right, so Rivera stops at third. We have 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out. So a base hit could and should score 2. Jeff King is the batter. No count. And that's a base hit to center. Come on, Urbeck. Run, little man. Oh, yeah, tie game thanks to a base hit by Jeff King. It is 2-2, and we have a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Walt Weiss is the batter. 2-2. Grounds it to the pitcher. He's thrown out at first for out number 2. The runner makes it to third base on the play. So we have Carlos Perez with 2 outs. Runner on third. So Carlos Perez is a capable hitter, so he's not an automatic out. Full count. Oh, struck out looking. It always hurts, even if it's the pitcher. All right, going into the bottom of the second, we're tied at 2. Here at Shea Stadium, Todd Green is the batter. 1-1. It is a new game. Grounds it to first. The throw to Carlos Perez, that's out number 1. Omar Garcia is next. 0-1. That's it to short, and he's thrown out at first for out number 2. All right, 2 outs for the pitcher, Terry Mulholland. 0-1. Grounds it to short. He's thrown out at first for out number 3. That is a 1-2-3 inning, and we are going into the top of the third, still tied at 2. Delino De Shields leading off. 2-2 to the Shields. Oof. Grounds it to short for out number 1. Yes, good response. I like when I get the runs right back. I don't like when the computer does it. Tends to do it quite a bit too. 1 out for John Kruk. 0-1. Oof, liner to the pitcher, and that was cut by Mulholland. That's 2 outs. 2 quick outs here. Kirby Puckett is the next batter. 1 and 2. Grounds it to first, and that's out number 3. So the Expos also go down 1-2-3. In the top of the third, we are going to the bottom of the third with Quilvio Veras leading off. 2 and 1. That's going to be a bloop single to center. And now Quilvio Veras, as we know, has wheels, so that's a little scary. Runner on first with some awesome wheels, nobody out. Greg Jeffries is the batter, no count. Oh, pitch out, he tries to steal, but that's still going to be a stolen base. That's how fast Quilvio Veras is. Even on a pitch out, he's safe. 21 stolen bases for him, so runner in scoring position, nobody out. 2-0 to Greg Jeffries. That's extra bases all the way to the fence. That's going to score a run. So 2 base it for Greg Jeffries. It's 3-2 for the Mets. And there's still nobody out with Jeremy Burnitz, the batter. 1 and 1. Grounds it to short. He's not thrown out at first because that was an error. Oh boy. Alright, so that scores a run. It's 4-2 for the Mets. There's still nobody out. I know Charles Johnson is really good. Yeah, Quilvio Veras is he's a tough out. Him and Greg Jeffries I really struggle against in this game. And I struggled a lot against Mike Greenwell, but now thankfully he plays for Toronto, so I don't have to see him again. But yeah, there are some players I just struggle against, it seems like. Alright, so runner in scoring position, nobody out. Rafael Palmeiro the batter, 2 and 2. That's a base hit down the line in left. That's not good, it's 5-2. Might have to start thinking about taking Carlos Perez out of there soon. Ivan Calderon is the batter. Runner in scoring position, nobody out still. Full count, and he walks. Yeah, that's not good, and everything is worse because of that error. Edgardo Alfonso now, 2 on, nobody out. Full count, and he walks. Yeah, I think. God, I hate to do that, but I think it's time. Right, I'm gonna bring in Walt Terrell. He's my long reliever. This game is already getting out of hand here. Alright, Todd Green, the batter now. Bases are loaded, nobody out. 1 and 2. Flies it to right. John Kruk is going to get underneath it. Catches it for out number 1. That's going to score a run. It is 6-2 for the Mets. Not good, not good. Unless you're a Mets fan. Right, runners on first and third. 1 out. Omar Garcia, the batter. No count. Oh, the runner goes. And he's safe. Oh my god. Edgardo Alfonso with his 5th stolen base of the season. There's 2 runners in scoring position with only 1 out. Garcia hits it weakly to third. He's thrown out, but the run scores. It is 7-2 for the Mets. Yikes. Alright, and it's only the bottom of the third. I guess that means there's plenty of time for us to come back in this one, I suppose. Alright, 2 outs around third. And pitcher Terry Mulholland is on at the plate. 1 and 2. Struck out looking. Alright. Yeah, the Mets put up a crooked number on the board. It is 7-2 for the Mets. Going to the top of the fourth, Charles Johnson leading that one off against Terry Mulholland. 0-1. That's a base hit to center. There you go. That's how you start the comeback. 1 base hit at a time. We just need a bloop and a blast 3 times in a row, and we're ahead, right? That's all we need. All right, Runner on first, nobody out. Ruben Rivera's the batter, 0-2. That's it. And that's another bloop hit. And now we have 2 runners on and nobody out. Who knows what's going to happen now? Kenterbeck is the next batter. 2 on, nobody out. 2-1 to him. Oh, Kenterbeck tried to surprise absolutely everybody in the world of baseball with a bunt attempt here, but it failed. Grounds it to second. That's a double play. So just like that, there's 2 outs. We have a runner on third. So we need a base hit from Jeff King, who already has a base hit that was productive. He produced our 2 runs already. Full count. Grounds it to third, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. So the inning looked kind of interesting, but it died pretty quickly. We're still down 5 going into the bottom of the 4th. Quilvio Veras leading off the 4th for the Mets. Full count. Oh, that's going to be an infield single. Alright, infield single for the Mets. Greg Jeffries the batter. Nobody out. No count. Quilvio Veras goes, and he steals again. We have not been able to get anybody out that tried stealing in 2 games yet. I have flashes of who was that catcher that didn't retire anybody like on 10 stolen base attempts. Was it Greg Zahn? I think it was Greg Zahn that couldn't get anybody out, and like everybody was stealing like 10 stolen bases in the same game. Alright, runner in scoring position, nobody out, 2-2. Grounds it to the pitcher, and that's an infield single. Because why not? Yeah, his old runner is pretty bad, you are correct. You do steal on a pitcher 99% of the time anyway, you are correct about that. But still. With Charles Johnson behind the plate, I feel like I should be able to nail a couple. Alright, Burnett's the batter, runners on first and third, nobody out, no count. Oh, and now we have a wild pitch. It is 8-2. Looks like it's gonna be one of those games to forget about. Alright, runner in scoring position, nobody out, 2-2. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Rafael Palmeiro is next, runner on third, 1 out, no count. And another wild pitch. Wow. Hey man, if we're gonna lose, might as well give them free runs, right? Make the fans happy or something. I don't know. Alright. 2-0 to Rafael Palmeiro. It is a 9-2 game. Grounds it to the pitcher, and that's out number 2. Ivan Calderon is next. Full count. And he walks. Yeah, I think I'm gonna finish this inning with him, and I might have to bring in Ota. He has some stamina as well. Oh, struck out looking. Oh boy. Alright. We have a 9-2 deficit to make up for top of the 5th. Walt Weiss here facing Terry Mulholland. 2-1. Grounds it to first, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Oh boy. I'm gonna bet with him. I'm not gonna. It's early. Alright, struck out swinging. Delino the Shields, 2 outs, 1-0. Grounds it to third. And he's thrown out at first for out number 3. Alright. Well, there's a stretch of righties here. Let's see if he can go through them. No count to Todd Green. That's it to center. Kirby Puckett goes after it. He catches it for out number 1. Omar Garcia is next. 1-0 to him. That's it to left. Rivera after it. near the warning track, and he catches it for out number 2. Terry Mulholland is the next batter, 2-1. Rounds it to third, and he's thrown out at first for out number 3. All right, good call. That's one less inning to pitch for somebody else. All right, top of the 6th, we're down 7. John Kruk facing Terry Mulholland. All right, let's get things started here. No count to Kruk. That's a weak grounder to the pitcher, and he's thrown out for out number 1. Kirby Puckett is next, 1-0 to him. That's it weakly, and that's cut by Alfonso for out number 2. Charles Johnson now, 0-1. And that's it weakly to left. Calderon goes after it. He catches it for out number 3. The Expos go down 1-3. All right. All right. Let's see. Quilvio Veras, 2-2. Grounds it to second. He's thrown out at first for out number 1. Greg Jeffries is next, 1-2. Grounds it to short, and he's thrown out for out number 2. All right. Jeremy Burnett's now, 3-1, and he walks. Rafael Palmeiro with a runner on first and 2 outs, no count. He pops it. Walt Weiss is there, that's out number 3. All right. Top of the 7th. That would be great if we could get a few runs back so that we're back in it. 0-1 to Ruben Rivera. Grounds it to third. He's thrown out for out number 1. Ken Turbeck now, 1-1. Grounds it to second. Thrown out at first for out number 2. We are unable to get anything going. Jeff King, usually a pretty solid hitter for me. 1-2. That's gonna be a base hit to right. Oh no, it was cut. No, it was not cut. All right, so that's a base hit. Falls right in front of Burnett. Brings up Walt Weiss. Oh, that's a bad pitch. All right, so King gets to second base. There's 2 outs. Walt Weiss is the batter, 2-2 to him. And that's it to right, but pretty much right at Jeremy Burnett's for out number 3. All right, I think that Walt Terrell is done. We're going to go ahead and... Let's go with John Duras. I'm not gonna do a double switch. Right, Ivan Calderon is the leadoff batter for the Mets in the 7th. 1-2 to the former Expo. That's it to left, and that's cut by Rivera for out number 1. Right, Chris Donalds comes in as a pinch hitter. Full count. That's popped. Walt Weiss is there. That's out number 2. Todd Green now with 2 outs. 0-2. Oh, that's going to be extra bases all the way to the fence and right. That's a double for Todd Green, and that's going to bring up Omar Garcia with 2 outs and a runner in scoring position. 0-1. Rounds it to the pitcher, and that's going to be an infield single. So runners on first and third, 2 outs. Terry Mulholland is the batter, 2-2, and he struck out swinging. All right. Top of the 8th, we're starting to run out of outs here. Terry Mulholland still on the mound. We're going to go with Johnny Knott as the pinch hitter. Face the lefty. Come on, Johnny. Full count. That's it, weakly to left. And that's cut by Ivan Calderon for out number 1. Delino the Shields is next, 2-2. And he struck out looking. Terrible game for the Shields. I think that his hitting streak is in jeopardy. I don't think he has a hit this game. Well, either that or we're going to need a strong inning. John Kruk with 2 outs, 0-1. That's it to center. And that's cut by Garcia for out number 3. Nothing to show for the Expos in inning number 8. We are still down 7. Alright, let's go with John Cerruti. Hopefully he doesn't allow more runs. Gonna bring a lefty here. Alright, Quilvio Veras leads off the bottom of the 8 for the Mets, who are up 9-2. Full count to Quilvio Veras. That's it, weakly to right. John Kruk is after it, and he catches it for out number 1. Mike Mascudian comes in as a pinch hitter. No count. And that's a base hit to left. Opposite field single for Maxudian, sorry. Runner on first, 1 out for Jeremy Burnett, 1-2. That's it to right. John Kruk all the way to the warning track. Oh, that was out of here. I thought that he was going to catch it. He didn't. It's 11-2. Rafael Palmeiro is next. No count. That's it to left. Rivera after it. He catches it for out number 2. We're going to need a little bit of a miracle in inning number 9 here. Ivan Calderon now with 2 outs, 1-2. Struck out looking. Alright, we need a miracle so that we can win the game and so that the Shields can get his hitting streak to continue. Oh, they're trying to go for the complete game for Terry Mulholland. Alright, so Mulholland's still on the mound in inning number 9. He has 115 pitches. Kirby Puckett leading off the 9th for us. Go Expos, come on. That's it to center, and oh my god, what a catch by Garcia for out number 1. Taking our hopes away. Charles Johnson is next. Full count. That's a base hit to center. Alright, I like it. Now Bill Gullickson comes in as a reliever. God, I was going to pinch it, but Rivera has 2 hits already today. I don't like to pull a guy with 2 hits, so I'm going to keep him in the game. So runner on first, 1 out for Rivera, 2-1. That's it to right, and that's caught by Burnett for out number 2. Right now we have Kenterbeck. 2 outs, runner on first, 1-2. And that's popped, and that's caught by Quilvio Veras for out number 3. Terrible game for the Expos. And I got the achievement for its streak, which confirms that Delino the Shield streak ended, I think, at 20 games. Maybe 21. It still sucks. Yeah, it was a 20-game hitting streak that ended. I was going for the record. I was fully on board, but it has ended. Alright. So the Shield's done with his hitting streak. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and sim today. Oh, there's been a trade. I always like trades, especially when they're big. Alright, so the Giants traded Clay Bellinger and Timothy Costa to the Phillies for Jeff Jackson. Not a big trade. I remember Jeff Jackson. We just played the Phillies, and yeah, he played some games in center field for them. Clay Bellinger. Oh yeah, the Phillies are loading up. They're first in the division, so they're already starting to bolster up their lineup. I like that. Although Bellinger is struggling so far this season, and he kind of struggled last year too. He has some power. Who was their first baseman? reliever. Well, they get a reliever with a little bit of potential. Maybe. That's an interesting trade for the Phillies. They're trying. They're taking a flyer on Clay Bellinger, hoping that he can relinquish some of that power that people see in him. Who was their first baseman? I just played them. I don't remember. Luis Medina is their first baseman. He's not playing too terribly, I guess. Alright, so what did that loss do for us? Yeah, we slid. So Atlanta and Philadelphia both won, and we slid one game thanks to that loss against the Mets. We're still 24 and 15. That's a pretty good record, but lately it's been a little bit tougher. So the next time out, we're going to be playing against the Reds, and it might be tough because it's going to be a short 2-game series, but we're going to be facing Roger Clemens and John Burkett. They're two pretty good pitchers. So we're going to need to take out the heavy artillery in those games and make sure that we get to them early. Looks like the first game we're going to have Gabe White on the mound, which is our 5th starter. He alternates awesome starts with really bad ones, so hopefully it's a really good one starts turn. I'm going to go ahead and save the game. That was going to be a short stream today. I'm going to go ahead and stop here for today. As usual, I want to thank you for tuning in. Yeah. Gotta love playing historical for those type of things. And Barry Bonds is in Oakland in my series, in my universe. Barry Bonds in Oakland. Mark McGwire, I believe, is with the Orioles. All kinds of fun stuff like that. I like that. I don't play that to have an exact replication of what happened, because history already happened. So having those kind of things, I mean, Kirby Puckett as an Expo, I would have been beyond myself as a kid if it would have happened. I loved Kirby Puckett. I would have loved to have him with the Expos. So, but anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by Walker Steel. It had been a while. Always welcome here, and until I roll this game again, I'll see you folks next time. Thank you.